Um, the Dan Heisman Learning Center checks, captures, and threats is got a 2-1 lead. There's been a 1 and 2 draws. Okay, yes.
Can you put the towel up against the door, please? Thank you.
All right, sorry about that. Dropped something. Okay, so we have the perk defense. Okay, so the Austrian attack is to play here. This move is playable. I have one student that likes to play this and, and this. F3, then Queen D2, and then Castle, and try for the kingside attack. Let's see what happens. Okay, I don't see this move helping black at all. I mean, it's just useless. I mean, if you're going to do these moves, go play another game, okay? I mean, I hate to be mean, but how does this help black's position? The answer is it doesn't. See, white is not planning or threatening to put any piece on this square at all, okay? At all. Putting it there is a waste of time. So, I mean, we could argue that if white castles queenside, that now we've got the pawn start running. Okay, we can make that argument, but the point is, white hasn't started his kingside or queenside castling yet. Black has business to tend to here, and if you're going to waste time on pawn moves, you're going to get yourself in a really, really bad situation because you did not develop your pieces. Okay, you can always do this later, but not now. Now is not the time. Continue with development. Now, I ask a question. What is white going to do? And the answer is, we don't know. We don't. There's no way black, but by playing this move, black is that much closer to development. Okay, let's try an approach where white does what I explained. He tries for the kingside attack. Okay, now, let's see. Where do you want to go now? Let's see. Let's try it now. Well, why try it now? Because white hasn't castled queenside yet. So let's develop something else. Let's put this here. Now here comes the attack. Now let's develop another piece. Now and only now should black start tipping his hand for his own kingside attack. I strike in the center. Okay, see, you want to push? Go ahead. I'm going to come in here. Now black's got all these extra things done because he didn't spend time making this move. Okay, now we could argue that he wants to play here and attack this pawn, but how do those three moves help this king get to safety? The answer is they don't. So this plan is horrible. I don't know who teaches this. I don't think anybody teaches this. Okay, so here it comes. Now white affords a little protection for his pawn because he sees this threat is coming. It's another idea behind this. Kick the knight, win the pawn. Fisher used to allow people to do this in the Sicilian defense all the time, and he'd just tear them apart. He'd let him steal that pawn, and he'd play the so's in the Sicilian, and he would just crush his opponent. So, as a result, after 6 moves, white has 4 pieces developed. Black has 1. He's made 4 pawn moves. And, what did these do to help his game? And white hasn't castled queenside yet. Okay, so now there's another threat on the pawn. No big deal. Covered. This move is stopped. So what has black accomplished? He hasn't got his king safe. This doesn't help his king get safe. Now white could play bishop h6 right now, and black's not going to castle king side. His king is going to be caught in the center. We'll have to castle queen side or stay in the center. But white decides that, hey, I'm gonna make a threat here. If you push, you're gonna send my knight over to the king side where I want him. And again, black is neglecting his king. I don't understand this. Okay, this might not be a bad move. Okay, reinforces, and black reinforces. Now 10 moves. How many pawns has black moved? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 pawn moves out of 10 moves. 7. Now white's made 5 pawn moves, but white's also made 5 piece moves. 2 bishops, a queen, and a knight move twice. White to play. So he's 4 to luxury. He can make an exchange. Now white gets a check, forcing a pin. I don't like that so much. I like this check.
Check.
Let's force a pin. How you gonna get that check? You're gonna come back here? Well, guess what? This guy's pinned. Let's play this move. Maybe we want to come in here next and harass your queen. White's got some possibilities here. He took here. Now I guess he's going to check.
Check.
And now I guess white's going to plant his rook here and just pile up on this pinned piece. So here we are at move 14. Black's two of his first 3 moves prepared him for castling. 2 of his first 3 moves. He hasn't made a single step in that direction since, and now he can't. At the moment, he has to defend a pinned knight. Kind of ugly, huh? You went through all this trouble to develop this bishop, now it's back where it started. And black still can't castle, because he would unprotect his knight on d7. So hello, Mr. Rook. I'm not so sure about this move, but I guess it's okay. I might have opted for developing another piece, but that's me. I see he just wants to win a pawn. And hello, Mr. Rook again. Now we can put the queen here. It goes there. Oh, attacks a rook. So not only is white a pawn up, look at black's army. See, if this all started with pawn a6, he neglected his development. What is the bishop came out and he made a threat, ended up coming back. This game is a disaster for black. Now castling is impossible. Both rooks have moved. So f7 looks ripe. Let's try to get a knight into e5. Maybe push here, play here, play here. Pile up. He just steals. I guess he's going to steal another pawn. No, he doesn't want it. Saves the queen. And I guess he can get away with taking it. Might as well. White's 2 pawns up and black's still all bottled up. Now, black should probably consider king f8 here to break that pin. But he didn't really break the pin because the knight is still pinned to the queen. So black has a disaster on his hands. And decides that he's gonna attack a pawn with his rook. Okay. Just breaks the pin. Threatens stuff like this. So black gets rid of his good piece. And this knight is 3 times attacked, 3 times defended. White's 2 pawns up.
Check.
Now he could just slide his king out of danger. He could even play b4 here, I think. b4 looks good. Yeah, we're going to go, queen. Looks like you got to come back to guard this knight. Okay, but it's still pinned. And the king still can't run away because there's too much force attacking it. Now, White hasn't bothered castle either because he's been busy attacking black. That doesn't impress me. We can just put the queen on here. We can bring it back here. You know, White has good moves. That's why he decides to come back here. I don't think he had to go there, but king breaks the pin, but the king is exposed. And meanwhile, these whoops.
Check.
Yeah, I hate when I do that. 1 second. Whoops. Back 24. Okay. So, you know, these extra pawns are becoming a problem now. Black finally wiggled out of the pins he was under.
Check.
There goes a pawn. Another pawn. And White finally decides to castle at move 30. And White's just happy to liquidate. Now Black could consider a pin here. I mean, you know, the pin makes some sense. I don't know, let's see. B5. Suddenly Black has a ray of hope. No, he can't do that. There's check.
Check.
And we cough up the rook. Let's try this one. Well, then White at least has this. But at least Black's getting a pin in here, not White. Okay. So just trade.
Check.
Now put the rook behind this pawn. If he takes here, you push. So push there first. They can push this. And push it again. And now this check should be decisive.
Check.
Yeah, that ends it. Game over. So, you know, this was just a disaster for Black from the opening. You know, I mean, let's review. Like, see, Black is a perfectly logical game right now. Everything is fine. He just needs to play here and get castled. No, he wants to decide to create counterplay at the cost of developing his game. And, you know, got a threat. He's threatening to go here and steal a pawn, but White can cover that. Threatening to win a pawn, White covers that. Not, you know, develops a knight, but what's wrong with getting your king developed? Are you that afraid of this attack? Then you need to pick a new opening and don't play this defense if you're afraid of this attack. Because, you know, White can try the attack. You can weather the storm. Toughen yourself up. You know, learn how to defend against that attack. There's a lot of ways. Okay, here. Let's back this up. Okay. You're going to plant that there. You're going to castle. We looked at stuff like this already. You know, H4. If you want to play H5, go ahead. You know, White. It's going to cost White a pawn to do this. Maybe he wants to sack it. Okay, a little danger here. But Black should be able to weather the storm. Let's go pin that pawn. Okay. You know, White decides, well, I better castle. Black says, okay, here I come. You're castling, I got a target now. I'm going to start working on you. You know, I mean, it's a fight. You know, you've got, if you're gonna play this opening, you have to be prepared that White's going to castle long and attack you. Well, learn to defend it. So, you know, Black is doing everything he can to avoid castling. you know, and you know, it's just, now this just walked into disaster. I mean, he had to come here clearly, but you know, white can do this pin again. I mean, that pin is just begging to happen. But at least there's some backup over here, or maybe that will be gone, and maybe we'll kick this out. Anyway, this exchange was good, and black's just stuck. 3 times attacked, twice defended. Have to play here. Attack the rook. Steal a pawn. Attack a rook. Stealing another pawn. 2 pawns up. Still pinned. Pinned against the queen, pinned against the king. And black can't castle.
Check.
Now I think white should have played something like this. Just kept the pressure on. Matter of fact, what white could do here, just do this.
Check. Check.
No, wait, that dropped the exchange. How did he drop the exchange? Oh, I see, because yeah, we gave up a rook down there. Okay, never mind. But you know, this is perfectly good. Anyway, this is a good game by white. Thanks for watching this.